Welcome to datascience.show, the podcast where data science meets executive leadership. We talk with top AI and analytics thought leaders about turning data into real business impact. If you're a C-level leader or data expert shaping the future, you're in the right place.
I'm your host, Mirko Peters. We explore how data science and AI drive real business impact, straight from the leaders making it happen. Today, a pragmatic C-level playbook for AI FinOps, how to make AI economics visible, measurable, and aligned with business value. If you lead technology or data for your company, this episode is for you.
Why now? Because compute, storage, and model lifecycles are no longer niceties. They are structural budget items that scale fast and surprise executives. Left unmanaged, they become a leak on margin and decision-making. Managed well, they become a leverage point for predictable ROI and faster experiments.
This episode is a monologue aimed at the typical executive profile: CEOs, CTOs, chief data officers, and heads of analytics who own outcomes, not individual pipelines. I'll assume your teams include central platform engineers, model owners embedded in product squads, and procurement or finance partners who sign checks. My goal? 2 practical next steps and a playbook you can start running this quarter, not next year.
First section, measure AI economics. You can't manage what you can't measure, so start with unit economics for models. I recommend 3 core metrics: cost per training run, amortized, cost per inference, and data pipeline cost per business unit. Those 3 numbers provide visibility across lifecycle stages: research, training, deploy, and operations.
Let's make those concrete. Training cost amortization. Sum GPU/CPU hours, storage, and licensing for a project, and amortize across expected production lifetime and expected number of inferences. In practice, use conservative lifetime estimates, 3 to 12 months depending on your industry. For inference, measure cost per 1,000 requests or cost per prediction, including model-serving infrastructure and any external API calls. For data, track ETL compute, storage, and egress per pipeline, and map it to product features or revenue streams.
Attribution is the tricky bit. Don't try perfect allocation on day one. Use coarse-grained buckets: product line, major model family, or business capability. Tag resources by project and enforce consistent naming so finance and engineering see the same picture. Conservative approximations build trust. Later, you iterate to finer granularity once teams accept the baseline. Dashboards matter more than spreadsheets. A simple executive dashboard should show top 5 cost drivers, cost per inference trending, training cost amortization per model, and ROI per model or product. Visualize trade-offs, accuracy improvements versus incremental cost, so business leaders can decide if 0.5% accuracy gain at twice the cost is worth it. Make the dashboard visible to product owners, finance, and platform teams. Second section, controls and incentives. There are 3 patterns: showback, chargeback, and hybrid. Showback surfaces cost to product teams without billing them directly. It's good for early-stage portfolios where you want experimentation. Chargeback bills teams for usage, useful when you need hard budget discipline. Hybrid models apply showback for prototypes and chargeback for sustained production workloads. Design incentives that reward value, not just low spend. If you bill teams purely on usage, you risk gaming and underinvestment. Tie cost targets to business KPIs, cost per conversion, cost per approved claim, or revenue uplift per model. For example, set a target: maintain model latency under X milliseconds while keeping cost per inference below Y, with the product owner accountable for the trade-off. Frame FinOps as value enablement, not punishment. Define policy for model lifecycle: what triggers retraining, when to roll back, and how to budget refreshes. A practical policy ties retraining cadence to measurable decay in business metric or model performance threshold. For expensive foundation models, prefer few high-quality refreshes with strong validation rather than frequent blind retraining that drains budget. Operational controls enforce tagging at provisioning, require cost estimates with feature proposals, and gate expensive training runs through a review board for large spend.
Invest in automation. Auto-scaling, spot instances, batching inferences, and caching are low-hanging fruit to reduce spend without impacting accuracy. Combine those with periodic vendor audits to avoid surprise bills across clouds and third-party APIs.
Third section, organizational implications and leadership. Decision rights must be clear. Platform teams own the cost, tooling, and procurement cadence. Product teams own model performance and KPIs. Finance owns budgeting and policy enforcement. Create a cross-functional FinOps council with representatives from each group to arbitrate large decisions and keep incentives aligned. Avoid politicized allocations by using transparent rules and pilot projects. When chargebacks arrive, accompany them with transition funding and education. Run workshops where product owners and engineers walk through cost dashboards together. Convert abstract numbers into concrete product trade-offs.
Peer into the future. As model portfolios grow, cost discipline scales through standardization and model cataloging. Expect more hybrid inference architectures, on-device for latency-sensitive tasks, clouds for heavy batching, and the need to normalize cost across those environments. Prepare governance for composable stacks and third-party model usage, so you can trace economics across heterogeneous systems.
Practical advice for the next 12 to 24 months. 1. Start with 3 unit metrics: training amortized cost, cost per inference, and data pipeline cost, and publish a simple dashboard. 2. Run a pilot FinOps program with one product team using showback, then move stable workloads to chargeback with KPI-linked incentives. Those 2 moves will create immediate visibility and begin shifting behavior.
Before we close, a leadership reminder. Cost discipline is not the enemy of innovation. It's the practice of converting experiments into predictable business outcomes. Frame every cost control as paired with a value objective and a learning target. That balance preserves velocity while protecting margin.
2 quick actionable takeaways you can run this week. 1. Instrument and publish the 3 unit metrics to a shared dashboard. 2. Pick one high-cost waddle and require a cost-benefit review before the next scheduled retrain. Those steps force conversations that lead to smarter trade-offs.
Final reflection. When leaders treat AI economics as invisible overhead, they get unpredictable spend and poor outcomes. When leaders measure unit economics, align incentives, and enforce simple lifecycle policy, they convert model experiments into repeatable business value. That's the difference between models and value.
If you found this episode valuable, subscribe and share it with your network. And let's connect on LinkedIn. I'm Mirko Peters. We'll be back with more conversations on how data science and AI create real business impact. Until next time.
Thanks for listening to datascience.show. If you found value in this episode, subscribe, share it with your network, and join us next time as we explore how data science drives smarter decisions and better business outcomes.